Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to VolunteerFEST 2020. We are so glad that you're here. My name is Brad Creighton, and I am responsible for community engagement and events at Volunteer Fox Cities. And although we can't be doing VolunteerFEST in person, we're glad that you're taking the time, whether live or in the recorded version, to listen to this and to hear the opportunities that are still available and in such great need through these amazing organizations. Just a couple things of note before we begin. These sessions will be recorded so that they can be posted for people that need to watch them at a different time. If you have a question, don't be afraid to use the chat or raise your Zoom hand or even unmute. You've been automatically muted coming in, but feel free to unmute and ask your question as we go along. You've heard enough from me now. I want to turn it over to Lara from Harbor House, and she's going to tell you all the great stuff that Harbor House is doing and where you can fit in as well. Take it away, Lara.
Hi, so I'm Lara. I'm the volunteer coordinator at Harbor House. Harbor House is a domestic violence agency. Our mission is to empower communities to be free from domestic violence through safety, knowledge, and engagement. And our vision is to have a community free of domestic violence. So we have a shelter here, which is what most people think of us as, but we also have a lot more services. So the majority of our clients actually do not stay in shelter. They use our services as outside clients. So they work with advocates, they work with a legal advocate, they do financial advocacy and counseling, they do lots of different services that we provide. So that's just a little bit about Harbor House. Our volunteer opportunities. So with COVID, we've had a lot of volunteer opportunities kind of fall to the wayside, but we still are actively recruiting for our front desk volunteers and shelter runner volunteers. So what our front desk volunteers do is they kind of man the front desk, which is the hub of the agency, and they answer questions from residents. They get soap, diapers, clean laundry detergent, things like that for the residents. They answer phones. They answer business calls, not crisis line calls. Crisis line calls are passed to an advocate. But they answer business calls. We get a lot of donations in, so they're answering questions about donations, sorting mail, that kind of thing is all at the front desk. So we are recruiting for that position. The front desk, usually you come in about once a week for 2 to 3 hours. And you can choose that time, whatever works in your life best. So if you want to come in every Thursday night for 2 hours, great. If you want to come in Saturday mornings, great, we'll take you. The training for that has to be done during the week though, because our receptionist is the one who trains, and she's here Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So we have to get training in during the week for that one. So if you have any questions about front desk, let me know. We also have our shelter runner position, which shelter runner goes and like restocks areas of the house that need restocking. So they're restocking toilet paper and Kleenex and getting different things that women may write down that they need a new set of pajamas. And so they're grabbing pajamas from our basement and running them to the women. So just kind of a restocking position. If you think of like a stocker at a store, just kind of putting things where they need to be. And then with our kind of holiday programs, we are looking for people to come in and do holiday gift wrapping. We run a big Adopt a Family program here at Harbor House. And so we always need people to come in and wrap. Wrapping is going from December, hold on, let me give you that date because I don't have it in front of me. December 16th through the 19th. between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So most people come in 2 or 3 hour blocks and then come and wrap. It's in our basement. We have it all decorated like Christmas, and you come with a group of people that you might want to bring or by yourself, either way, and come and you just wrap gifts for the whole time you're here. So you get to make them as pretty as you want them to be, and we love it. We have about 4 days straight of wrapping in the basement for all the gifts that we have. So other ways to support us during the holidays are doing a holiday drive. For your organization, you would set that up. We have a list I could email you of our current needs, and some of those are also on our Amazon list. So if you go to our website at www.harborhousewi.org /current needs, you'll see our current needs list, and that links you to our Amazon page as well. And on our Amazon page, there's a specific adopt a family list as well as our immediate needs list. So you can support us by doing a holiday drive with your coworkers or with your company. Personally, you can start a Facebook fundraiser and raise money for Harbor House. You can write letters of encouragement to a Harbor House client and send them good wishes for the holidays with love and support and encouragement. If you want to send letters, we would take them at our address. It's Harbor House Domestic Abuse Programs, and the address, and it's attention Harbor House Hope letters, and the address is 720 West 5th Street in Appleton, Wisconsin, 54914. So if you want to send letters of support, that'd be great too. We also need volunteers on some of our committees. If you're interested in being a committee, then we have our finance committee, marketing committee, human resources, governance, and fundraising committees for our board. And you can be a part of our committee. We're actively recruiting for those as well. And then I just wanted to talk about other volunteer positions that we have that we're not actively recruiting for, but just so you know that we have them. So we also have a St. Joe's Food Pantry program. The St. Joe's Food Pantry people come in every Tuesday and they get food for the house. They go shopping at the at St. Joe's Food Pantry and get all the food, and then they clean the kitchens and put all the new food away and provide food for the house. We have our donations assistance. So like I said, we get a lot of donations in, and so we need people to put donations away. And so those people are in our basement organizing and putting things where they go and keeping the basement nice and clean. We have maintenance and general labor people, which kind of help around the house doing work outside and inside with general labor and maintenance-y type things. And then we have childcare providers, which do childcare when women have groups Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. We offer groups and offer childcare with that, with those groups. Right now, our groups are running online because of COVID, so we don't have quite as need for childcare providers as we normally do. So that position, I'm still taking volunteers for. It's just a little bit farther and fewer between when we get people in for childcare. So, and And then lots of special projects volunteers when we have mailings to go out, or we have our library to restock, or labeling the kitchens, sorting and reorganizing toys, cleaning childcare rooms. I have volunteers that come in and teach yoga once a week. I have volunteers that come in and do massage therapy or haircuts for women. So kind of whatever your heart desires, we can work with you on that. So I hope that that gave you a little bit about what Harbor House is and is looking for. And I think that's it.
So if I can, I've got a couple of questions that I'd love to kind of follow up with. Right now, when you're doing front desk or library or any of the others, what kind of COVID safety protocols do you guys have in your building?
Yep, so when we're in the building, everyone is masked, and we take temperatures when you come in the building, and then just general safety procedures. In order to be a volunteer, you go, the process is going through a small short interview with me over Zoom. It takes about 20 minutes, and then you attend a volunteer training for 2 hours, and that's also over Zoom. Our next one is December 9th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And so those things, and then a background check, and those things, then once you've completed those 3 steps, then you can be a volunteer with Harbor House. So those safety requirements, as well as then our COVID safety requirements, put together, try to keep us as safe as possible.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those things that's kind of ever changing and just going. Yep. Who knows? We learn something new every day, don't we?
Exactly.
What are your policies on age of volunteers? So how old does someone have to be to volunteer, either with a guardian or without a guardian? How does that kind of work for you?
So to be a child care volunteer, you have to be at least 14 years old. And then if it's younger than that, you have to be with a parent. And so we'll have groups that come in, like a family will come in and volunteer, maybe doing a special project together or in donations or something like that. So that's for younger kids, they just need a parent with them.
Okay,
yep.
Great. And then I like to be cautiously optimistic. Do you have, if anybody's watching, just to kind of learn more about you guys at Harbor House, because maybe in the future when COVID is no longer a thing, are interested in helping, are there different opportunities maybe that they can look forward to in the future?
Yeah, having more of our donations positions open, as well as childcare opening up. More spaces on the board would open up. So just having more opportunities available. We're sort of running those things still now. They're just at a smaller capacity. So hopefully when COVID is over, then I'll have more room to take more volunteers in as well.
Sure, absolutely. So I kind of heard one thing that perked my ears a little bit was, you really said if helping at Harbor House, and because you believe in what we're doing, is something that sounds appealing to you, reach out because you're going to find a place for them, right?
Yep, exactly.
Perfect. Excellent. Can you hit us with the contact information one more time?
Yes, sure. So my name is Lara. My direct phone line is 920-955-9113. Again, that's 920-955-9113. And my email is Lara, so it's LARA .Redin, REDDIN @ harborhousewi.org.
'Org.
'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. 'Org. ' And I'll say that one more time because I know that's long. It's Lara, Lara, .Redin, REDDIN, at harborhousewi.org.
And I did just type that in the chat, so
Yes.
if anybody needs to peek at it. It's also, I believe, listed on our one-stop shop for anybody that is popping over there. You can look at the one-stop shop and have all that contact information right there. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here, if that's okay. Do you happen to have a story or something that maybe you heard from a volunteer about something that just truly emphasized how important their experience as a volunteer was?
Yeah, I have, let's see. One of our volunteers has been a volunteer for numerous years, and last year I actually nominated him for the Volunteer of the Year award. And he comes in every Tuesday and Thursday mornings for 3 to 4 hours each day, and just helps around and does donations in the basement and helps with maintenance stuff. And he's kind of like a all over guy. And he just loves, he brags about Harbor House all the time to everyone he kind of works with. He volunteers for Make-A-Wish Foundation as well. And so he's always talking about Make-A-Wish here and Harbor House there, and very proud of what he does. So, and I'm happy that, you know, he's able to come in and volunteer with us as often as he does. And it's really made my job such an enjoyable place to be with all volunteers here. So it's fun.
Yeah, and the work you guys do there, thank you, because it's such a needed thing in our community, and you guys are wonderful supports for the whole community and anybody struggling with domestic violence situations. So thank you for doing what you do and being who you guys are.
Yeah, thank you.
If anybody's watching that might be struggling with that, do you are you able to give out the hotline number?
Yes.
If someone needs to call and talk to an advocate?
Yes. So yeah, in times of when we're supposed to be physically distant from each other, remember not to be emotionally distant from each other. You want to check in on your relatives, on your friends, family, that kind of thing, to make sure that everyone is doing okay, especially with this. And if anyone needs help or needs to contact our crisis line, it's 920-832-1667. So again, 920-832-1667 is our crisis line, and that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Excellent. And I just put that in the chat as well.
Great.
Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye to everyone watching here?
No, I think that's good.
Well, thank you all for watching this, for hearing Lara and the great things that, great ways that you can get connected at Harbor House. I hope you heard something that sounds like a good fit for you, and do not hesitate to reach out. I know they would love to have you volunteering with them. One more time on behalf of Volunteer Fox Cities, thank you for attending VolunteerFest 2020. Make sure you check out our schedule to see the rest of the great agencies coming up tonight and tomorrow, and visit the one-stop shop so you can see all the information that Lara just talked about, plus the information from the other organizations as well.